What? The hypothesis you put forward is so ostensibly credibly cannot... The hypothesis you would put forward so ostensibly, credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw. A fatal flaw? Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing?
I say, Lord Van Zeeks. Might be an idea to explain this ballet conjuring trick, or whatever it is, to the troops on the ground,
The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. Yeah, that was kind of where I thought he was going with this. The gun that shot him was also the gun that was in the room. So, again, I think it's possible that if they had managed to take the other gun, but it's too simple, you know. There's got to be like, I'm still waiting for the like. There's always like one extra like, oh, also there was like another person there that we didn't know anything about. I'm waiting for it.
By George, count bullets?
Oh dear. He noticed then. Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Counsel.
Yes, sir? Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime. Two. 2 bullets. Correct. The first, which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, which struck the detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know that there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Winterbank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these two brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness, I think you'll find
that if the single bullet was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes, it means...
Winterbank not shot by same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet. Stop. It's fucking jurors, dude. Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. I know. You can feel it. You can feel it coming.
Order!
Oh my god, what a fucking diva! Oh. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery. Please forgive the discourtesy of me punching this man in the face repeatedly, knocking his teeth to the ground. Like, what the fuck?
Lord Van Zeeks!
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of the evidence the prosecution wishes to present. That disc.
I'll be taking that, whatever it is, of McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is mine.
I'm sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
Yes, that music box disc. McGilded's music box disc. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Winterbank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Gracious!
Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril.
I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel, as a grim testament to the defendant's character. Lord Van Zeeks,
Inspector Gregson? What? Yes, Inspector.
We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and,
Yo, did he lose the disc?
I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Van Zeeks at all. I am unaware of any such meeting.
But those were the instructions, right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent.
Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. Yo, conspiracy? The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord.
Indeed. Bailiff?
The music box has been entered to the court record. A metal disc used to play music on a mechanical note box. The reverse side is a note that reads, "For McGilded." Prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. There is nothing more to add. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once, for all of 5 minutes. Oh dear, it wasn't even for 5 minutes, Bruno. My lord, who is this?
Oh, it's this. Wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling around about a bit, and in a bit of a fog up to now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden, the answer's barely obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it.
Oh no.
Very well, the court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Fuck.
Guilty.
Fuck.
Guilty.
Shit.
Guilty.
Shit.
Guilty.
Damn it.
Guilty.
Son of a bitch.
We have a consensus among the jury, it seems.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
He said the thing.
That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. Oh, how dare he use it against us? Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. That's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We'll proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready? Garradeb Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty.
The jurors' contentions.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens. Oh god, this voice fucks up my throat something fierce.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistics expert. I have seen many true things. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
That doesn't tell us anything. These fucking summation examinations, like they're like, so why did you find the defendant guilty? Well, I was hungry and wanted to go get a ham sandwich down at Burger King. Like, what? that's what these, it's just the most random bullshit. Like, why did you find the defendant guilty? Well, I stubbed my toe earlier and like,
It would seem there is little remaining room for doubt. I have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more.
the whole courtroom is turning against me.
It's not fair.
Iris?
The prosecutor's being mean, oh. Just because Ginny's done some things she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer.
Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Here's to the truth coming out, eventually. You know what? Cheers to that. I agree.
But not in the way you think. That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation examination.
Yes, my lord.
It's a rogue, always a rogue.
Okay, so...
Hold it!
It's press time. Just because Miss Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, well...
Are all members of the British Army so quick to judge?
I beg your pardon? Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces? The greatest military organization in the world? This voice sucks! It's worse than Donald.
No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or a pickpocket is wrong and dangerous.
Well, yes, might have a point there, I suppose. But let's not forget that the girl has already shown she had it in her from before. She's clearly a criminal sort through and through, can't deny it.
When you say that she'd shown she had it in her, are you referring to this?
Exactly. Tried to swipe that only a day earlier, Or am I mistaken?
Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that.
I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't wait to have a closer look at it.
Oh, yes, of course.
Mr. Sholmes did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, didn't he? And then ordered every type of music box he could find from across Europe. We still don't know what tune it plays, though, do we? But I'd love to see how the original compares to Hurley's copy. The Gilded Disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Perhaps we should examine it in more detail. Oh yeah, we don't know. So we know whose blood that is. But if it matches like someone else's blood, like I think there's still like a blood stain we don't know, right? Or maybe not. Let me, whoops, wrong one. There we go. Nope, that's also the wrong one. One of these is the blood. Here we go. Okay, so we know this blood is probably Sholmes, right? Like that's what we determined. Cause, right? Unless I don't know why it still says unknown. I thought yeah. But yeah, if we can like, we should probably analyze the blood on this, right? Oh, Bruno, look! This is blood!
Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
Haha, then it's my time to shine again. I thought it'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Bruno.
Can we get this done quickly, Iris?
In a flash.
So what color is... I already forgot the guy's name. He had a fake name. I don't remember, like, what... It is that guy! Okay. I mean, of course, like, I figured. It'd be pretty wild to add, like, another color this late in.
Oh, a lovely bright shade again.
Wait, that color? And we know who this is. We don't know his real name. I already forgot. It was like Egbert Benedict or whatever the fuck. What was his name? He had a stupid name, but it was like obviously a fake name. Which says a lot in Ace Attorney. If your name is so stupid it's obviously fake, that says a lot.
What is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Mm-hmm. Alright, that is, we already examined that side.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
Hold it. It's the number of bullets that has you convinced.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
Well, that's logical, I suppose.
Although...
Yes?
Sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So I suppose... if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware... I'd have to reconsider my position.
Yo! Oh, I got it. The bullet... So, okay, this guy, the fucking surgeon guy, right, on the jury, has been talking about how he left something in... He was like, where did I put it? Where? He's the bullet! He was operating on Sholmes. This is my fucking, where I'm going with this. He was operating on Sholmes, and he didn't take the fucking bullet out. So Sholmes still has the bullet he got shot with, which means the bullet in the calendar isn't the one that shot Sholmes, which also explains that the blood being a different color, or the blood rather being the same color as the one on the disc, which we know whose blood that is. We know it's not Sholmes. Ah, it's all coming together. A third bullet somewhere on the scene. Could that be possible? I mean, it is possible, and I have a theory about it. I can't prove it yet, so I'm not going to say I can prove it. I wish the other option wasn't it's impossible, because I think it's the case. Unfortunately, only 2 bullets were discovered by the police during their investigation.
Yes, I know.
Right.
And I don't imagine the good men of Scotland Yard would have overlooked anything. If I missed a bullet while I was cleaning his lordship's office, well, I should receive a sound scolding, I don't doubt. And he should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. Sounds like a crime scene to me. A third bullet. It would completely turn things around if there was one, wouldn't it?
Oh, that was Ryunosuke.
Ryunosuke, why are you doing an impression of me? Do you think we might find one lying around somewhere?
No. I think we're gonna find the person who has the bullet lying around somewhere, namely his hospital bed.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Everywhere you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
Oh, you.
So if I've understood it correctly, you need two pictures. A left eye one and a slightly different right eye one. Exactly! Then you can see the scene in 3 dimensions. Like this.
So, if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them.
I think you'll find that no matter how much you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim was the girl in the dock. How can you be so sure of that? Think about it. The Skulkin brothers shot the great detective, didn't they?
Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice.
Well then, surely it's coming into focus now, isn't it?
Then this was a waste of time. I'm not gonna change this man's mind anytime soon. Okay. You are an important one. Simple operation would cause me so much grief because he left the fucking bullet in Sholmes!
Hold it!
Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defendant's life is on the line here.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on...
What was the fellow's name now? Herlick? No. Herlock? No. Herlock?
Herlock Sholmes by any chance?
Yes, good lord. It was that Herlock fellow.
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes?
That's right. Using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you.
This is crazy.
Let me see. The fellow that was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up. I hate to state the obvious, but... Yes?
Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting.
The counsel for the defense is correct. As is clearly shown in this photographic print. The bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door.
But not... because it's the blood is different. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem 3-dimensionally. I feel like the surgeon's gonna be like, but there was no exit wound.
Huh, who do you think I am, son?
Yeah, like, the surgeon is like, you really think I didn't think of that? Then again, it is this guy. Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do.
As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
Like a pancake? Are you saying you checked his back?
Of course I did. There wasn't a trace of injury.
No sign that the bullet had left the body at all. What?
That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards.
Which is exactly why I set about slicing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it?
Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery?
It's almost as much of a mystery as to how this jury was put together.
The mystery of where that bullet ended up is infuriating. Where's an expert when you need one?
Well...
Ballistics expert. I am ballistics expert.
Let's go in order. Oh my god, these voices fucking throw it up.
Hold it!
What do you mean you're in for a busy day? Forgot to say, stop. Do excuse me, stop. I am a communications officer, stop. A communications officer? Does that have something to do with sending telegrams? Everything from personal messages written by members of the public to the latest news in the capital. I convert all the messages into Morse code and tap it out to the entire world electronically. To the entire world? Thousands of miles of cable under the sea, stop. Worldwide communication network, stop. Information transmitted to and from all corners of the globe, stop. Yes. She was getting equally worked up about radio waves or the like before, wasn't she? I specialize in communicating information from government departments and newspaper offices. I see. I'm sure I shall have to wire the newspaper reports of today's guilty verdict later. So no sleep for me tonight, I imagine. Let's just finish the trial first, shall we? Alright, Mr. Ballistics Expert.
Hold it!
I thought you were just a tourist.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
There's no way he's just a visiting tourist. So, you're a ballistics expert. Who knew?
I have much experience with guns.
Ah.
I have lived through many, how do you say, extreme, violent bath of, blood of,
Extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps?
Those extreme violent bloodbaths. English is very difficult to talk.
Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue.
Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me. There is nothing I do not know. No mystery I cannot solve.
He's very confident in his knowledge of guns, that's for sure.
But if possible, please, only in Russian language.
He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he?
No, still, we should bear it in mind. He's our man if there's a mystery about guns or bullets. Boy, subtle as a fucking brick wall. Van Zieks has managed to convince everyone.
When you have eliminated the impossible, he said. But he hasn't!
If we're going to fight back, we need more material. And we have to fight back. We have to turn this trial around again. Alright. It's time... Okay, so mystery involving bullets. And the bullet man.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. I was just about... that's really funny, because I was just about to say, I'm not really pitting them against each other, I'm just... I like this. They clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
Oh, a ballistics expert! Pitting. P-I-T-T...
On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume that the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you.
This apparent contradiction, I like how we're completely ignoring the fact that he literally did just admit to being that Russian, like, what was it? The bad guy, the big, what's the word? The guy he's pretending not to be. He just just said it. Was it Villain Borkovsky or some shit? Borchevsky. I don't know if I can. Anyways, this apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery?
I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was piling high on both sides of road.
What is this fucking music?
It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles, and they were on dog sleds.
Mental note, don't ask too many questions.
I was shot from behind, and I fell down in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I hear today from doctor. They could not find bullet in my body, and no sign of, how you say, exit wound. Then where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me.
Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from the lump of ice and pierced my body. It made a deep wound that looks just like bullet wound.
Good gracious.
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me, and that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
But that doesn't answer the question at all. The shooting happened at a pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country. Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. Bruno, where exactly was Hurley shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps his 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. What? Really? Oh no. Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember.
If I may,
Lord Van Zeeks?
While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom. Sorry? As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Ah, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Since then, it has been in my safekeeping, along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred.
Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand this prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. I see. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question,
Oh, look at that. One of the files is broken, and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded.
Exploded?
So that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. And it was glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate it, but was deflected into wall of shop.
Well, this doesn't help us, unfortunately. A delightfully complex aroma.
Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least.
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered.
But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man.
Duh. Thank you very much. Glad I could help.
Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester the scruffy pouch as evidence.
Hurley's pouch isn't scruffy.
Pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing around the waist at the time of the shooting. One of the glass files is smashed, and there are scorch marks around it. Summation examination. Okay.
Here the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion,
Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue. You can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to turn this around, somehow. I'm sure of it. Well, I guess, first things first. Check. New evidence. What do we got?